Hey guys, so today I want to share a little bit about processing with you all. This video actually goes out to Danielle, who a few days ago had mentioned to me that she was struggling with her thoughts and staying in the game and really connecting with what it was that she was doing and why it was that she needed to stay with it. So it's kind of a, it's a question of why, really, when it comes down to it. So I'm going to share with you some really honest stuff here, and hope that it helps you guys, figure out your own why. So let me take you on a little journey here. This is my office space, my new office space. And if you will notice, it is a complete wreck. My office space is in organized chaos right now with all kinds of piles of things and boxes and bits and pieces of stuff. Now, this looks a lot cleaner than it did a few hours ago. However, it's still in piles. Now, all of this was actually in two different rooms of my house since we've been here. Now, we've only been here in Elk Grove for a couple months now. However, most of those boxes were boxed up and shoved in corners and closets and whatnot for 8 years while we were in Missouri. In fact, all of my photos were pretty much locked up in a box, and they would be transferred from one home to the other throughout the process of the 8 years that we lived in St. Louis. And there's a whole history behind that that I'm not going to get into right now. But what you have to understand is if you are disconnected, if you have anything in your life that is cluttered and chaotic and thrown into corners, that junk pile or that junk drawer, the junk room, that junk airplane, whatever it is, you are not going to be able to move through all of it and organize it and get forward. So here I was, this professional woman who went from working with schools to working for nonprofit agencies to working successfully in a hospital for 3 years, running my own program, very organized, very on top of everything, to coming to California and being a full-time entrepreneur, both as a personal trainer in the gym as well as working at home, and being a life coach through all of it and everything, and working on, going back to school again, even to get my nutrition certification through Precision Nutrition, and, all that time just building these things, but those boxes were still there, and the boxes were all representing what was going on up here. I was compartmentalizing and just, putting things aside. It was like, here I had these things that I was doing that I was very successful in, and yet I wasn't taking care of business. And I need to clear out the past, and I need to get all of that taken care of. So that's the first thing that I think is really important for people to do when they're starting something new. So whether it's a fitness routine or whether it's your own business or whether it's, getting straight with your nutrition or going back to school or, whatever changes it is that you want to make in your life, I think that taking care of the past, taking care of your old stuff is really first off important. And it doesn't mean that you're like, have to go to therapy for several years or whatever. It just means that you get it all under control. You know what it is, you know where it is, and you know what it is that you have to do, and you task out all of it. Second thing is having a mission statement as well as a vision statement. Now, my vision statement, the mission statement is something that's kind of core and vital. So the mission statement is something that I've had personally for a while, and that's my why. That's what it is that I want to do, and kind of why it is that I want to do it. And there were a few things. One is, even though I loved working for Centerpoint Hospital, and I love the people that I worked with, my colleagues and everything, and I was very successful at it, and I was doing a great job, and I had a lot of like personal satisfaction from that. It ultimately was still working for other people. I was still doing their thing for them. And that was something that I didn't want to do anymore. I want to work for myself. I want to know that anything that I bring in, whether it's, kudos from clients or whether it's money or whatever it is that I'm getting paid in or barter, I am still making it on my own. It's my own money, it's my own, and even the criticism, even if I get criticism that it's my own, that it's not the fault of somebody else. It's not like, well, this person made you look bad. I didn't want that anymore. I want to take care of my own business. So that's like kind of my mission. And then on top of that, what I wanted to do was blend everything together. I was a teacher, I was an educator for several years. I was a mental health counselor for several years, and I became a personal trainer, and I wanted to bring them all full circle because that's what I've been teaching all of my mental health clients for the past 10 years is get healthy with yourself, get your nutrition right, get your exercise right, and it's going to not necessarily cure everything, but it's going to help with the process. It's part of the self-treatment that people have to do. And it really is about the self. A psychiatrist can't work out for you. A mental health counselor can't eat right for you. A personal trainer can't, do all those other things for you. You have to do it yourself. So it's self-enabling, it's self-empowerment, and that's really the key to it. And it's also mind and body connection. It's science, and it's wonderful. So anyway, to make a long story short, that's my mission. My mission is to educate as many people as I can into changing their own mental and physical health as a result of doing the things that they need to do in order to be healthier. Now, the vision statement, though, that's the one that changes over time, and that's the trickier one. That's your basic, day to day. Why am I doing this? One of the things that I haven't done in a long time that actually my very good friend Mercedes is helping me with, and I cannot give enough thanks to her for everything that she's doing to help me out right now. I know I'm helping her as well, but I mean, it means a lot. It's emotionally, that having that support is so important. So, anyway, to kind of pull all of that together, educating, it's like, well, how do you educate? Do you stand out on the corner with a sign that says get healthy? Do you just get in the gym and show other people by your own actions how you are healthy so they can be healthy too? Do you write a blog? Do you write a book? Do you, how do you do that? Do you get up in front of a classroom and teach it? There's just a variety of ways that you can teach things. So what I had to do was really think about, okay, how is this message going to get disseminated, and what are you going to do about it? And it's actually a process. I came to that conclusion that I still don't really know exactly, and that's okay. But what I do know right now is that there are daily tasks that I have to do every single day in order to get that process going. One of them is I have to completely meet new people every day. I have to spread the word, however that is, whether it's through social media, whether it's at the gym, whether it's, all of that. So I need to do all those things. Stand out on a street corner with a sign, maybe not like that, but, make flyers. Hey, I'm new to the neighborhood, or hey, I'm starting this new chapter in my life and I, would love to have some people along for the ride. You're building relationships. You're not selling anything. You're just building relationships. And that's really kind of like what you always have to come back to is how am I building these relationships? Now, the second thing is that trust relationship has to come from a place of the heart. If it's coming from a place of desperation, or it's coming from a place of fear, or it's coming from a place of, unsettled issues or whatever, again, all those boxes on my floor, if it's coming from there, then it's not going to come off as genuine, possibly. And that's something that, you need to clear your head of that. You need to get to a place where you're actually coming from a place of genuosity. I think I just made that word up. But anyway, then the third thing is that you have to follow up with people. You have to continue to create that cycle. So not only are you meeting new people, but you're following up with the people that you're talking to. You're creating those relationships. I just had a talk last night, for example, with somebody whose name shall remain nameless. However, this young woman and I had a conversation. I say young woman, she's like 2 years younger than I am. But anyway, so she and I had this very long conversation it just touched my heart. It really did. And it had nothing to do with Beachbody or fitness or getting healthy, or I mean, it had to do with getting healthy in a roundabout circular way, but it was all about her story. And I love hearing people's stories. I'm nosy by nature. I want to hear other people's stories, not so I can go gossip about it, but so I can maybe help them in a way. And at the very end of it, that was when it all kind of cycled back to, oh, yeah, tell me about that challenge pack thing. And there wasn't, it wasn't necessary at that time. It's not, because again, this whole process is not about me making people do something. This whole process is about me creating relationships with people. And I just had this epiphany today. I really did. I was in the gym, I was working with my yoga class, and I was working out myself. And then I went to do a one-on-one session with a lady that is just fabulous. She's awesome. And I learned a lot of new things about her. Like, I never would have placed her as a rock and roll wife, but so she and I just talked, and I just thought to myself, I'm I'm happy, just happy. That's that that's that thing. I'm true to what my role is, what I want to do. I've got that mission statement. I want to educate people in mental health and fitness. I want my people to be the most educated, fittest, happiest people out there. That's what I want my tribe, my team, my pride to be, is people that are not only getting it for themselves, but paying it forward to other people too. I want to hear about a dinner party that one of my clients went to where they taught someone squat, form, or where they told someone about the origins of the deadlift, or they explained to someone about protein and the importance of green leafy vegetables. I mean, whatever it is, it doesn't even matter. Or mental health, somebody that has a cousin who has depression and is able to kind of briefly educate them, but then point them to resources that they might need, that they might not know about. That is the key. That's just it. You're doing this for other people. So when you start to really think about quitting, or why am I doing this, or God, I'm really bad at this, it's a process. You're learning. Give yourself time, be patient, and stick with it, because that, if your real goal is coming from the heart, from you to other people, then you'll get it, and they'll get it, and then you'll create wonderful things. So that's my message, and I'm sticking to it, and I will talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye.